So, bundling. Bundling is when companies package several of their products or services together as a single combined unit, often for a lower price than they would charge customers to buy each item separately. So, yung bundling is very common na talaga. Typical example nito is yung value meals sa mga fast food restaurants. And another example pa nito is yung sa mga grocery stores. Siguro naman lahat tayo naka-encounter na ng gano'n. Yung may makita tayong bundle ng product na usually mga products to na na hindi naman gaanong mabenta sa tao. And meron pa nga 'di ba sa mga sari-sari store or small grocery store na malapit sa atin. Usually yung nakabundle nilang products is yung iba malapit na expiration date, ganun, binabundle na lang nila para mabilis maubos. Pero hindi naman siguro lahat ganun yung ginagawa. And yung bundling kasi, strategy din to ng isang company or business kasi mas nakaka-attract talaga siya ng customers eh. Kasi aminin man natin or hindi, tayong mga Pilipino, mahilig tayo sa mga ganon. Yung bundle ng products or pa-promo kung tawagin. And mas malaki yung malilesen or mas malilesen yung product na bibilhin natin as bundle compared kapag bibilhin natin siya individually. And ang kadalasang purpose kung bakit may bundling sa isang business is, ayun nga, para mabilis maubos yung stocks ng isang specific product at para mapalitan ito ng bago na mas tatangkiliin ng mga tao. Price segmentation with bundling. Price segmentation is part of brand strategy. It's a strategy used by brands to charge different prices to different market segments for the same or similar product or services. Bundling can be applied to any type of product, but it works best when there are two or more items in the bundle. For example, you say you own an ice cream shop and want to offer customers deals on their favorite flavors. You could offer a bundle of 3 ice cream cones for 40 pesos instead of selling them at 12 pesos each. So, dito naman, ang example dito is yung sa mga cosmetics, 'di ba? Dito madalas magkaroon ng mga bundle like yung sa eyeshadow palette, yung blush on, yung mga lip tints, 'di ba? Maraming maraming tumatangkilik nito kasi maraming mahilig gumamit ng cosmetics nowadays, 'di ba? Lalo na yung mga kahit nasa bahay lang, gusto fresh yung ano nila, 'di ba? Tsaka maraming tatangkilik nito lalo na kapag binenta as bundle. Kasi ayun nga mas malilesen yung price ng product na bibili nila as bundle compared kapag binili nila ito individually. And isa pang example ng price segmentation with bundling is yung sa mga milk tea shops. Meron yun, 'di ba? Nagkakaroon din sila ng bundle like buy 2 jumbo size ng milk tea and yung pangatlong order mo ng milk tea is mabibili mo na lang siya ng 1 peso.
Strategic bundling. A bundled pricing strategy will typically fall into one of two buckets: pure price bundling or mixed price bundling. Each method has its own application and suits different businesses, situations, and intentions. Here's some perspective on both. First is pure price bundling. It's a strategy where a seller only offers specific products as part of a bundle, or the products that compose a bundle lean on one another to the point that they have to be sold as a package. Example is a video game or Xbox. Typically comes with one or more controllers when purchased first-hand. In this instance, you ain't use one product without the other. Second is mixed price bundling. It's a practice where a business offers items both individually and within a bundle at a reduced price. Generally, the items that compose a mixed bundle can stand on their own. They're useful without the support of any other products, but they often complement or enhance the other items they're bundled with. Example is the meal in the fast food chain. For example, is in the McDonald's, the fries, the burger, and the Coke. pwede ka pong bumili ng solong price, ng Coke, or ng French fries. Pero po pag binili mo siya sa bundle, mas makakamura ka po, mas makakasave ka ng at least 15 or 10 pesos. Di ba po malaking halaga na siya kung bibili ka ng bundled. So, strategy po yun ng most of the fast food chain para makilala yung product nila and also yung brand nila. Pinagbabundle nila yung 2 or 3 or more than 5 products para mas dumami yung consumers po nila.
Bundle design. Bundle design is a marketing strategy where companies sell several products or services together as a single combined unit. The bundled products and services are usually related, but they can also consist of dissimilar items which appeal to one group of customers. Example of bundle design is fast food combos. It combines 2 or more products or services to sell them at a lower price than in the same product were sold individually. Pricing the subscription is a pricing model that allows customers to subscribe to services or purchase product for a specific amount of time on a recurring basis at a set price point, often in a monthly or annual intervals. For example, Netflix or Wi-Fi. For a monthly fee, this streaming entertainment services provides instant access to thousands of titles and makes recommendations based on what you've watched in the past.
Customer lifetime value. This is an important figure to know because it helps you make decisions about how much money to invest in acquiring new customers and retaining existing ones. And also, it helps you understand and gauge current customer loyalty. If customers continue to purchase from you time and time again, this is usually a good sign that you're doing the right things in your business. And the less you need to spend your customer acquisition costs. So how to calculate customer lifetime value, or the CLV? CLV equal average value of a purchase times number of times the customer will buy each year times average length of the customer relationship in years. For example, a marathon runner who regularly buys shoes from your shoe store might be worth $100, and this is per pair of shoes, times 4, which is per year, times 8, which is years. So this is equal of $3,200. Next, subscription is good for customers because it become popular for one main reason: convenience. Whether they're associated with a streaming service, SaaS product, or DTC retail brand, subscription allow companies to realize recurring revenue while also providing customers with a regular and predictable deliveries of content or products.
Overestimation bias. Consistent with the MATE competition overestimation bias hypothesis, men and women consistently overestimated the degree to which members of the opposite sex find members of their same sex attractive and desirable as potential mates. And another explanation, the overconfident bias, also known as the overconfidence effect, is a cognitive bias that makes people erroneously inflate their skill and knowledge. People who suffer from overconfident bias have lost objective perspective of their abilities. This can impact their decision-making and their own ability to evaluate their own work. Researchers often measure up a person's overconfident bias by asking them a question and having them perform a task while also asking them how confident they are that they are correct or capable. The researchers cite on overconfident bias is they note disparately between the person's self-assessment and their actual competence. 3. Overplacement. A person with an overconfidence bias overrate themselves compared to others. This type of overconfidence heuristic or mental shortcut is especially prominent in financial services. Many traders analysis the advisors tend to believe that they are better than average person in their professions. Statistically, this cannot be possible as only 50% of the population can possess above average skills. While overconfidence bias flags many people in it is just one of the many cognitive biases that affect human behavior. Other common biases included the confirmation bias where humans actively seek information that will confirm their extant feelings. The representativeness heuristic, a sometimes misleading mental shortcut where people equate new situation with a past example. And the abilities bias is a tendency to compare events to those a person can readily recall. This is the example. Is where people overestimate how quickly they can do work and overestimate how long it takes them to get things done, especially for complicated tasks. Business people constantly underestimate how long a project will take to complete. Value proposition changes of SaaS. First, what is the meaning of SaaS? Meaning of SaaS is software as a service. What is a SaaS value proposition? Simply put, a SaaS value proposition is the competitive advantage of SaaS product, including what makes it innovative and unique to our prospects. It's a chance to explain your offerings and why they matter, including your value proposition in any communication about your SaaS product. Will drive the idea home to your potential customer. As a SaaS value proposition is a clear and compelling to answer these three questions. What is the product about? What does the product or service help? How does the company do it differently? It's the most important to have a compelling piece of catchphrase that encapsulates the value in a short, interesting manner. It also needs to be unique, measurable phrase. How to create a SaaS value proposition. To create a value proposition for a SaaS product, it is important to keep certain aspects in mind. First, your SaaS value proposition needs to be a customer-centric. It should use language your customer will use and avoid using jargon. The value proposition will also answer your customer questions. Identify target audience. It's important to understand what problem your customer have that your product can solve when creating your SaaS value propositions. By understanding this, it is easier to ascertain that they value, desire, and can benefit from. You may be able to understand who your customer are and what they need by looking at demographic data and social media. The second is know what you offer. Identifying the feature of your product and how they will benefit your customers will help you to create your value proposition. Communicating the beneficial features will help them to understand its value without having to take the time to figure it out for themselves. The third is know what makes your brand special. Uniqueness is important for any brand. Identify what is it that makes your brand stand out in the crowd. Determine how you differ from your competitors and include it is your value proposition.